Yeah, with mouths of bitterness. Yeah, I'm just gonna say it, I'll say it. I used to think that you were right in this, but maybe you were wrong. I'm just gonna say it, I'll say it.
Hey, what's up guys? Dave with Deranged Off-Road here. As you can see, I was quickly pushed aside into the passenger seat after picking up my hitchhiker. And, well, she took over for the rest of the day. Just kidding. So, this is, I guess, my review of the KRX and my thoughts and my feelings on it. I don't know how much of a comparison I'm going to do to my XRC or Joe's Talon. There's really not. You can't really compare the Talon and the KRX. But anyways, we'll see how it goes. Stay tuned. Let's get on with it. Alright guys, let's talk about one of the obvious best things about the KRX. The suspension. It's pretty awesome. Straight out of the box, literally, as someone just jumping into this machine, I have no issues with the way it's set up. It's got just over 18 inches of travel in the front, 21 inches in the back, and it works really well. Out here in the sand dunes and in the whoop sections, it eats it up really, really well. You can hit these whoops 40, 45, probably faster if you actually want to. The machine has no issues handling this type of terrain that you see here. It's definitely a desert bomber for sure. Having said that, I know there's a lot of people out there that are having issues with the springs sagging and that type of thing, and I believe even Garrett has seen a couple inches of spring sag, maybe even more. I know he's adjusted the preload, I believe, on this to get his ride height back to what it was, but other than that, I love it, dude. Like, I loved riding in his machine. It was very plush, very comfortable, and even on the low speed stuff, it was great, and the high speed stuff, it was great. There's basically none of that little chatter stuff. It rides really well. I will sing the Kawasaki's suspension praises all day long. From me coming out of my XRC into this, it's a lot better. Alright, one of the first things people always comment on when they go to a dealer and look at these machines is how beefy they seem. I mean, the radius rods, suspension components, everything just seems really big and beefy. Go compare that with a Polaris XP1000. Those things look like toothpicks compared to this. Polaris, take note, beef it up a little bit. But stepping inside, hey, look at those awesome dash inserts right there. For sale at derangedoffroad.com. Handle wiggles a little bit, not a big deal. Dead pedal, not very comfortable. I gotta say, I'm not the tallest guy. I'm not the shortest either, but it's not a comfortable dead pedal at all. Driver's side, same issue. Garrett's got a whole bunch of rocker switches and that type of stuff that he's done there. Where are we going next? I'm live commentary as we're watching. Oh, look, cup holders in the back. Lots of space in the back. Good thing for storage. One of the problems here is the doors are not great. I think Garrett could fix that one right there. I don't think it's snapped in like it should be. but you hear a lot of complaints about the door separating right there. It's awesome that Kawasaki gave us doors, but they could do a little bit better job on that. I was showing right there, you can see through down to the ground, through the interior there. Kind of is a problem with dust, honestly. Front A-arms, nice and beefy. Garrett's met a rock right there. The bumper held up, did what it's supposed to do, but it kind of bent. See his other doors separating a little bit right here. And, like design flaw, straight through. Look at the ground right there through the back behind the seat. Dust comes billowing up that area. I don't want to be a negative Nancy, but this is one of my cons on this machine. There's a lot of dust. By far more than what I get in the XRC. I don't know how much that has to do with Garrett's windshield, back window, that kind of thing. I never really got to ride in it much before the windows were there. But you do experience a lot of dust in Garrett's machine. All right. Hey, look at that dash insert right there. For sale on DerangedOffroad.com. We also carry the windshields and the back windows. These are made by Dirt Warrior Accessories, and they are legit. Nice automotive safety glass. They are killer. We also carry the light bar right there, made by Rhino Lights. It is flippin' bright. It is awesome. And you can see that windshield has giant vents on it. Alright, let's get back to the fun stuff. Back to the rocks. I was a little bummed. This day I went out there, out to Sand Hollow State Park again, and I was going to go hit the dunes, and I was going to go back to our rock crawling spot, Double Sammy, and do the same obstacles that you've seen us kind of test the XRC when Garrett had it and I had the Talon. But I forgot my flag, and if you get out there, you don't have your flag, you're going to end up with a ticket. So I didn't get to go out there, so I hit this other spot that it's not quite as cool, but it let me stretch my legs a little bit in Garrett's machine. As far as rock crawling's concerned, if I put the seat back all the way, I could literally stretch my legs out because there's that much room in the cab. It's bigger than I need, except that dead pedal's in the worst spot ever. Anyways, taking on this little obstacle called the steps. It's kind of a little awkward spot because it gets both your front and back wheels kind of up on humps at the same time. Right here I locked in the front diff just because I want to try it out, see how it goes. Figuring it out here. Anyways, this literally is not an issue, not a problem for the KRX to get up. Quite simple stuff. Yeah, again, super bummed I wasn't able to go out to where I wanted to go, but this was fun. One of the things the KRX has over the XRC, which is more apparent to me more now that I've driven this quite a bit more, is the clutch engagement. It is literally buttery smooth. Like, a lot of these clutch machines, you get that pop as you hit the gas. Doesn't exist with this. It's basically like putting your Lincoln in drive and hitting the gas and going. That's how it is. It's so smooth. The machine just, it crawls up rocks. The XRC, it gets up the rocks. It doesn't crawl like this thing will do. I don't know how much I don't know how much of a wheelbase length plays into that. I don't know how much weight plays into that. But the XRC does not crawl rocks like this thing crawls rocks. And some of you that have watched my other videos and told me I'm a moron, don't know how to drive it all, a lot of that is because I want to crawl up the rocks and it just doesn't do it. So you kind of have to treat the XRC as more of a rock bouncer in some situations rather than a rock crawler. Maybe it should be a RB instead of a RC. Anyways, I still love my machine. Garrett's just crawls better. Alright guys, let's talk about cab heat. It's been hot down here. and when I was cruising the KRX, I thought, man, it is hot in here. My legs are uncomfortably warm. It feels reminiscent of the TRX 4 of when I've been in it. However, at that time I had not driven my XRC in the heat. I've since gotten it back, went on a good ride yesterday, and I can say without a doubt, unequivocally, I can't even say that word, the heat in the XRC is every bit as bad as the heat in the KRX. So I think they're all just hot. You know, all the two-seaters, they're just hot. That's what it is. And we live in the freaking desert. Alright guys, let's talk about power. It's a 1000cc naturally aspirated machine, 112 horsepower. The thing is fun. You can have a ball all day out in the sand dunes with it. You can bomb the desert in this thing. You're not going to beat turbos. It doesn't have one, obviously, but it's going to keep up with any naturally aspirated 1000 machine out there, and it might even beat other turbos that are out there in different scenarios, tight trails, that type of stuff, because the suspension on this thing is hands down better than a lot of other turbo machines out there. This thing eats the XRC's lunch all day long. I give it to the Kawasaki on this one. The thing is awesome. Does it need a turbo? We need a turbo version at least. So, bottom line, what do I think of the machine? Comfort, awesome. Fit and finish, pretty good. Doors could be better. Giant holes in the cab inside could be eliminated. Allows a lot of dust in the cab. Power is fine. Nothing wrong with the power. Longevity, too early to tell. Might be awesome. It's first year model. There's some growing pains with one-way bearings, axles, that type of stuff. Hopefully Kawasaki's getting a handle on that. Overall, it's a freaking good unit. Like, I don't have a whole lot of bad things to say about this. You know, it's a solid unit, and they're starting to come down in price. We're seeing them going out the door at, well, people claim they're going out the door at anywhere from 15 to 17. People's out the door prices seem to vary by their ego, I've come to find out on Facebook. But anyways, you can get them below MSRP, which is fine. So, overall good unit. I went on a ride a couple weeks ago when I had it with my in-laws, and I gave them a chance to drive it. Sorry, Garrett, I didn't tell you about that. But we'll cut to my father-in-law's thoughts about it. He's never, ever driven in a sport machine. Never been one. Never been there. So, let's see what he thinks.
Kind of almost has to go forward a little bit.
No, it goes back further because her seat's further back than yours is.
You can clip that if you
Mine's
want.
just going forward. It won't go backward.
These are
Making it worse.
so you
Yeah,
can't
I
lean.
made it worse.
And there you have it, folks. That's his thoughts and comments on the machine in general and the sucky seat slider. I forgot about that one. The seat slider is terrible. I don't know if they get dirty, but I've discovered if you lean forward on the edge of the seat, it slides back a whole lot easier. Anyways, back to what he's talking about.
Now I can't even drive it.
So do I have
All right, first impressions. Is this the first sport side-by-side you've driven?
Yes. It feels really stable, has good power, but it's a lot noisier than mine.
Yeah, for sure.
Other than that, the noise problem is,
How's-
it feels like a really nice machine. It goes over the bumps a lot smoother.
Smoother than your Ranger?
Yes, a lot smoother.
Yeah.
it's a little harder to see out.
Yeah, and yeah, even though I'm really tall, I have a harder time seeing out than my Ranger.
Sight line's really different.
Yeah, but the seats are really comfortable.
Everything.
Nice machine.
So we came to a water trough, and there's a goldfish in here.
Nice one.
He's about 5 inches long. You've seen one in here before. How long ago did you see him?
Either 1 or 2 years ago.
So maybe it's the same guy?
I think it's the same guy.
He's like, take me home.
And he's gone in the muck. That's funny. Probably eats lots of mosquitoes during
That's
the summer and all that.
That's why we came here, is I wanted to see if he was still here.
Nice. That's funny. All right. So I guess the question is, did I buy the right machine? Do I regret buying the Can-Am Maverick Sport? To answer that, I gotta say, no, I don't regret buying the Can-Am Maverick Sport. I think the XRC, it's a great machine. It's a lot of fun. I love owning it. I love driving it. Some days I don't love riding in it, though. Suspension's not great. I think my biggest complaint with the Can-Am Maverick Sport is the price. I feel like it should be a couple $1,000s less, especially when you compare it up against the Kawasaki KRX. Honestly, I think you're getting more for your money when you go with the Kawasaki. That's basically how I feel. I'm going to have to put some money into the Can-Am to make it ride how I want it to ride. And I wish it's money that I didn't have to spend. But there's other things about the Can-Am that I like over the Kawasaki. So really, in my opinion, someone looking to buy, you really couldn't go wrong with either machine. But you just need to go into it educated and know what you're buying and what you're getting. And anyways, I hope this has been fun, guys. Us switching machines, reviewing each other's machines. It's been a lot of fun for us to get seat time in people's different machines and to kind of find out what the other guy actually thinks about the other machine. A lot of people think I was pretty harsh on Joe's Talon, and looking back, maybe I was a little harsh, but that's how I was feeling in the moment. Anyways, hope you enjoyed it. We got plenty more content coming up. Subscribe if you haven't. Think about doing that for us. Hit the like button. Lets YouTube know that our content's worth having around and for them to recommend it to other people. Have a good one, guys. We'll see you soon.